Hey guys, hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Your boy is back with another subreddit video, and today we're diving back into one of the fan favorites of AITA, or Am I the A-hole? If you guys are new to this subreddit, this one is full of people posting their situations in hopes to find out who the general public thinks is the a-hole. And every time we do one of these videos, it's always so interesting because we find some goofy situations that I can't even imagine being in myself. So I'm excited to dive into this with you guys. And if you guys are new to my channel, we do videos like this one every single day. So make sure you guys stay tuned by hitting the subscribe and the notification bell and help me towards my new goal of 20,000 subscribers. Also hit the like and comment section down below. It helps out the algorithm and I love engaging with you guys. Hey, it's me from the future or from the past, depending on what video you're watching. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'll be really quick. For those of you that don't know, we recently got demonetized on this channel for at least 3 months. With that being said though, I did set up a Patreon for those of you that want to support and are able to. It's gonna be the first link in the description box down below. But don't worry, if you aren't able to support, I still will be uploading free videos for you guys every single day on the YouTube channel. But if you can support, you guys also get to be a part of an exclusive community where I upload an extra video every single day that is exclusive to just Patreon members regarding the topic of today's YouTube videos. And if you're a deluxe member, you're gonna be able to help me out picking out what content I make next. So yeah, check that out if you guys are able to. And real quick, shout out to Enosh Dead Riser for joining the Gang Deluxe membership of the Patreon. Now back to the video. All right, so we got the top post of the week. And fun fact, I actually was filming for like 10, 20 minutes and then my power cut out. So this is my second take at this. I am not gonna read what we read last time because I don't wanna I want fresh reactions, you know? Oh, I was in the middle of this story, so let's do this one. Am I the a-hole for feeding my family a fish dinner while I eat steak and potatoes? All right, hear this out, guys. So the story goes, so apparently we don't got many characters, so I'm gonna try to do my best to make this short and simple and straight to the point. I'm 3 months pregnant and almost every day I've been craving steak and sour cream baked potatoes. Me too, girl. And I'm not even pregnant. I never really cared for steak. I'm more of a chicken fingers and fries girly, but I'm guessing the baby must have loved steak in his past life because that's literally all I crave when I don't even care for it. Hey, that's a smart baby. I love me some steak and potatoes. Also, I can already tell off of just this, she's not the a-hole. You're pregnant. The title says feeding my fashion while you're eating steak, but you can eat whatever you want. You're pregnant. You're craving something. Do you, girl? Anyways, today I made my family baked pizza spaghetti with fried catfish, a lunch eat salad, which is a salad with chopped deli meat, and dinner rolls. I, of course, hold up, pause for a second. You made them a baked pizza spaghetti with fried catfish and a salad? Girl, can I eat with you? Because this sounds amazing. I'll eat that and the steak and potatoes. All right, let's continue. I, of course, am making the same dish I've been eating for almost every day these last few months. I pretty much make 2 separate meals each night for my cravings. Last night, after I served the kids and I was ready to make my fiance's plate, he expressed he wanted steak and potatoes like me. Mind you, he was aware of the menu because I make my meals planned the night before. So this fiance of hers asked her then and there, after she already made all the food, and be like, no, can I have what you're having? The steak and potatoes. I told him I only had 1 steak for me. And he said, well, we can share. Brother, I hate when people do this because I cook and I don't mind cooking whatever you guys want, but you got to tell me ahead of time so I can get everything. You can't just tell me last minute and just expect me, oh, never mind. You could just eat my plate. Like what? Get the fuck out of here. I hate when people do that. I'll let you take a bite at most. Already the fiance is the a-hole, I bet. I politely told him that I will need to eat all the food since I'm feeding for 2, which is true. And this is all I have for the night, knowing that I'll probably still be hungry whilst you guys have the meal to come back for seconds. I am now, in his words, a selfish woman using pregnancy as an excuse to be selfish. This guy is an asshole. It's plain and simple. If you're blaming a girl or a woman who's pregnant for being selfish on what she wants to eat, brother, you're being selfish because you're only thinking about you. Why would you not give any consideration into the fact that if you told her ahead of time, she probably would have bought another steak? If that's not the problem, why, what? Anyways, let's continue. I hate people like this. I asked what's different about today than all the other days when I've literally been eating the same thing every day with no complaints, almost every day. He said nothing but shook his head and said, "It's the principal, bae," and just walked off. We barely spoken since. Just a dry good morning and goodbyes. Am I the a-hole? Hell no. Maybe if he expressed he wanted the same thing as me, I would have prepared it, but he literally always eats what I make. I didn't know I had it to be a mind reader. Okay, it's 2025. When on this planet of Earth is there going to be a day where people can stop thinking that other people are just going to have to read your minds and expectations? Because the reality is everybody wants different things, and we all have to learn how to communicate because other people aren't going to know what we want. And that's the lack of communication in this fiance of yours is alarming. He needs to fucking learn. What the hell? Come on, dude. Let's read the comments. I mean, this isn't unanimous. She's not the a-hole. The fiance is the a-hole. But yeah, like the comments say, not the a-hole. And he's a jerk of a man that can't help his pregnant wife make dinner, or at least tell you the night before that he would have liked to have steak and potatoes as well. Yeah, it's not that hard. You could have just said that and she would have 100% done it. So the selfish person here is him because you're doing all the work plus raising the kid, and he's bitching that he can't have steak and potatoes. He can get off his ass and make it himself. Yo, that's big facts. Don't even factor that in. It's not that hard to cook a good steak. It really isn't. I cook steak all the time. I mean, you can fuck up a steak. Don't get me wrong, but it's not hard to not fuck it up. But anyways, what kind of man doesn't know how to make a steak? No, I know that's very general rules, but I don't think it's just a man and woman thing. I think every human being should know how to make stuff food-wise. And if you don't, it's fine. I get it. But you should know at least the basics, right? Steak, things like that. Now, let's factor this in. Brother, your wife has your baby inside her, and you're being an asshole to the person who is nursing and nurturing your future child. Think about that. Look in the mirror. We have the luxury of not having a baby in our bellies. And you're over here bitching about steak and potatoes, buddy. That is crazy. Yeah, I digress. That's an obvious one. There's no debate on that one. There was one that I read when I first filmed this video before my power cut out. And I do want to read that one again because it was really interesting. This one right here. All right, the title of this one says, "Am I the a-hole? My roommate's mom banged on the door. Wait, my roommate's mom banged on my door when I had a guy over and said, 'Shut the F up.'" This one's interesting, guys. I really want to read this again. So 19 woman living in a college apartment with 3 other roommates. The roommate who lives right next to me, who's also 19, had her mom stay for the weekend in her room. Tonight, I had a guy over it, and nothing crazy happened. Around 5 a.m., we started to fool around. Girl, 5 a.m. is nuts, though. I've been there. I get it. But it's just funny because, did you wake up and do it? Or if you woke up to do that, that's pretty wild. But, I mean, I can't say I haven't done it, so I get it. The mom then bangs on my door and says, "Can y'all shut the F up?" Mind you, we weren't making much noise. All we were doing is making out, no S, or no, bedtime intimacy. Also, in the past, when I've had company over, I've asked my roommate if she could hear me and my guest, and she says that she can't hear us at all. So am I the a-hole for having a guy over and making noise while her mom is staying over? Edit. Since a lot of people are commenting it, yes, we probably were a tad bit louder than I had originally thought, but we definitely weren't doing any extreme moaning or super egregious sounds, no beds or walls shaking. I was mostly taken aback how she approached me, but it's on me for making noise. From now on, I will definitely be more cautious of bringing guests when my roommate has her parents over. And before my power cut out and I filmed the first take of this video, I'm going to say it again. This is a weird situation because to OP, yeah, you could have been more considerate, but anyone can be more considerate in any situation, right? Are you an asshole? No, it's your apartment. You're paying for that side of the apartment. That mom is not paying. Also, whose mom is staying in a college apartment? Why not just get a hotel? I mean, okay, let's say they don't have the money for it. That's fine. But you can't expect other people to cater to you if you're in their house. You're a guest, 100%. But at the same time, it's dude, you're invading their private area, right? Like, you know, you got, I don't know. Also, it sounds like the mom has not had fun in her college years. But yeah, reading the comments, not the a-hole. Girl, it's your apartment too. If you weren't out there summoning demons with the moans of the damned, then her mom needs to chill. Like, ma'am, this is college, not a monastery. If she wanted total silence at 5 a.m., maybe a college apartment wasn't the best weekend getaway. Yeah, dude, every time my family stayed over, even my sister, who's only 10 years older than me, when we were in college, like, they stayed in an apartment. I mean, I said apartment, hotel. Because, like, why would you want to stay with 3 or 4 frat dudes? I used to stay in a frat house. I don't want to talk about it. It was not a good time. College was not that great for me. All right, let's read some more stories, though. That's another, like, you're not the a-hole. Oh, these next 2 ones are kind of juicy. I'm going to read both of these. All right, this one says, am I the a-hole for telling my friend that I was done inviting her to parties? Very curious why. I, 22 female, throw a lot of dinner parties, like a ton. That's so cute. I love that. I love to cook, so I always put food on the table, and I'm pretty good chef, I say. One of my friends comes to all of them. The problem is she takes all the leftovers. Oh, that right there, automatic, no. I would not invite somebody that takes all the leftovers. Like, brother, I cooked this shit. You think I'm gonna fucking cook it just for you to take it home only? I mean, one thing, if I leave takeout plates and I say, hey, like, you guys take some of this home. This is too much for me. That's different. Now, if there's some leftovers, if there's just some, right? And I know I'm going to eat it later, I won't say anything. And I'll be like, oh, y'all just leave that there. Because I'm going to eat that shit, boy. I cook that shit up. And it's expensive to cook also. All right, anyways, let's continue reading, even though we already know OP is probably not the a-hole. The problem is she takes all the leftovers. ISTG, every single time that there's a scrap left, she takes it. I hate that. What a fucking stingy asshole. And I appreciate that she doesn't want to waste food. That's not the problem. The problem is I want some leftovers too. So I told her when we were eating this time, hey, don't take the leftovers, okay? And she was like, yeah, sounds good. Okay, good. There was some communication. Fast forward to the end of the party. She takes the goddamn leftovers. Bro, I would be infuriated, especially after you communicated that. When I noticed that later that night, I texted her, hey, if you can't stop taking the leftovers, I'm going to not invite you anymore. She says, okay. That's totally valid. Next time she comes over for a party, I remind her when we're eating, don't take the leftovers. She says, okay again. When she's about to leave, I was sitting near the table. Guess what she does? She takes the leftovers. So I tell her that if she can't listen to this boundary I set, the clear consequence that I discussed with her was that she was not going to be invited to the parties anymore. Honestly, I wouldn't have even invited her to that party because at this point, no, she sucks. She's a party pooper. She says that it wasn't fair that she couldn't have some. Brother, you're invited to dinner. I just cooked for you. What do you mean you can't have some? You can have the food that I just cooked for you. What do you mean you can't have what? I cooked and I paid for this. And that she was only going to take a bit this time. I'm not sure if that's true, but I told her I don't want her to take any. She says okay and puts them back. That is such a fucking weird thing to do. Fast forward to next time I hosted a party. She isn't invited. Good. Apparently she found out through the grapevine. Oh no, what the fuck? Makes sense. We share quite a few friends and she got pissed as hell, saying that she put them back and that I should have invited her again. I think she might be right. Am I the a-hole? Fuck no, you're not the a-hole. Excuse my French. But you are 1,000,000 kajillion% not the a-hole. It is your place. Look, anybody out there listening to this, if you are the host of any event and it is your money or whatever being put into this, with an exception if you're hosting someone else's birthday party or something like that, but you are in the right of inviting whoever the fuck you want because it's the vibes that you want because it's your party, your event, your everything. That's it. That's easier. That's all you need to know right there. But yeah, let's read the comments. Everyone's entitled to their own invite. Not the a-hole. I've never heard of anyone taking leftovers without asking first. Yeah, what the hell? What kind of friend? She is a 100% a-hole because even during Friendsgiving, right? We have Friendsgiving every year. I have all my friends. We cook a good amount. Everybody takes over leftovers. It's a thing. But there's always someone, oh, please take some leftovers. I won't be able to eat this all. There's always some form of communication. You can't just start taking it. The hell? This ain't a soup kitchen. I've never heard of anyone taking leftovers without asking first, and then to take them after being told to stop. I think she's taking advantage of you, and she's only angry because she couldn't mooch more food off of you. Yeah, your cooking probably is way better than hers. So that's just what it is. Damn, I'm hungry as fuck, guys. We've read 2 stories about food now. Okay, let's read this next one. This one sounds interesting. All right. Am I the a-hole, 34 male, for stooping to a new low, in all quotations, by kicking our neighbor's garbage bin out of the way when she, 37, leaves it in front of our driveway? Not gonna lie, at the first half, you had me. I was about to say, kicking over garbage bins, you're an a-hole. But if she's leaving it in front of your driveway where you literally need to park your car, then yeah, she's the a-hole. So easy. But yeah, let's read the context anyways. But that's just my judgment based off of that. It could change. Context. New neighbor moved in. She was nice at first, but she had a serious problem with how she handles garbage days. I'm not sure how the one woman can create so much garbage that she will have her bins out, but it's always overfilling. Well, if she just moved in, I could understand that, because when I first moved in, my garbage bins were, because I had to order everything, you know. Many times I'd come out of my driveway to go to work to see a pile of spilled over fresh garbage sitting in front of my driveway after the raccoons got it. Oh, that would piss me off. I would have to tell the neighbor, like, hey, buddy. I'd be nice, though. I'd be like, yo, like, could you not do this? Or all of her bins blocking my car from leaving. That's crazy. If they're blocking your transportation, like, that's... Can you call the cops with someone like that? Probably. I mean, you don't need to do that. I'm just curious if you can. I've spoken to her many times about this, and she always says that she does and claims it must be getting moved around by the wind or knocked over by the raccoons. Lol. How the hell can that much trash be moved by the wind? Unless you're like in like tornado setting. There is no way in hell that all that garbage is getting blown out by the wind. And the raccoon part, I may believe, but there are locks on the garbage bins for a reason. And if you can't close it because there's too much trash, that's on you. That is true. If your garbage bin have those lock settings, not all garbage bins do, but I'm assuming his does, it's for raccoons and stuff. Lately, even when I know she's home, she will ignore me at the door. She like knows she's in the wrong. She's a literal child. That's funny. I always back out of my driveway and I will see the bins blocking my path. I tolerate moving them around or moving them out of the way, though it pisses me off every morning. What I can't tolerate is when the raccoons get into her shit and I'm backing out and I see piles and piles of effing garbage blocking my path. I've had to use a shovel to get it out of the way. God damn, how much fucking trash does she... Okay, that's a preposterous amount of trash then. If you're having to use shovels, that's crazy. I've been waking up a bit early to move her garbage out. Yeah, you should not compensate for that is such an inconvenience to this guy. She is such an asshole. And the other day I asked myself, why the F am I going out of my way to help this stupid idiot? That's exactly what I was thinking. I took a good look at her bins and I just kicked them as hard as I ever could on the side, and the garbage spilled over into her driveway instead of mine. Good. She needs to fucking learn what it's like. I've noticed now she is slowly learning to take proper care of her garbage and sometimes even puts it on the other side of her driveway. Yeah, is it that hard to just do that? Or was it that hard? Told my wife about it and she said, this is so pathetically low of me. What? Your wife should be on your side about that. She doesn't have to wake up and deal with it as someone else's shit. And so I don't really expect her to understand. Or maybe I'm just a piece of shit. I don't care. I don't know. I feel like I've done my part of being nice. I don't give a fuck anymore. Am I the a-hole? No, brother, you aren't. Honestly, I get it. Would I kick someone's bin over? Probably not. But then again, I haven't been in that situation. If it's blocking my path every single day and it's causing me being late to work and shit, probably would kick it. Edit. Hey guys, I see a lot of hate coming towards my wife, and while I appreciate everyone's advice on what to do about her, this is just the way we both speak to each other and have been speaking to each other since we've met. Maybe it's unhealthy, but I think we both also understand there's a level of sarcasm when we speak this way. It's when she doesn't speak like this with me and uses my full name that I get concerned. Yeah, everybody has a different communication style with their partner. Wife, edit 2. Wife read my first edit and is quite happy with my response. Thank you guys for indirectly giving me free brownie points. Hey, let's go. Always helping our boys out. All right, anyways, let's read the comments. I mean, that's a given, right? I mean, I would be shocked if any of my subscribers, you lovely, smart human beings, would ever not be on this dude's side. I mean, yeah, he could have maybe not kicked it over, but I mean, you're not the a-hole. The neighbor is. Comment says, previously I lived, the trash collectors had a right to not even pick up the containers when the lid couldn't close. Oh, in the previous place that this person lived. Yeah, that's true. I'm thankful that mine do still take it. It was a requirement due to the mechanical nature of the arm clamp picking up the bins to upend into the truck. That was residential. At my office, we got fines that the bins lids were able to close. Not the a-hole. That's super annoying and frustrating and should not be your problem. And she clearly wasn't getting the hint. My new neighbor has a kid that's about 10 years old who likes to roll the empty bins back up to our garages from the curb. It's sweet, and he's tidying up. Oh, wait. Oh, he rolls your garbage bin? That's very cute. That's awesome. It's sweet, and he's tidying up and clearly has fun. He goes around the entire section of the neighborhood and does this every week after the collection truck goes through. What a sweet kid. That kid is awesome. However, I do have to watch out when opening my garage and planning to leave. My empty bin might be behind my car once the door is open, or it might be in the way when I come home, so I need to move it before I pull into the garage. But in this case, it's a slightly inconvenience, no trash spilled, and of course, I'd rather encourage a kid who wants to be helpful. What a nice kid. Hell yeah. I mean, obviously, like, he's not doing it 100% correct, but also nice of that person to understand that the kid's just trying to help. That's really awesome. I love seeing that. Faith in humanity restored. Let's read some new ones. All right, let's see what's hot. What's hot on this subreddit. All right. So these are fresh off the press. Am I the a-hole for not giving my coworker a ride after he didn't spot me $1 at the vending machine? I love how fucking petty these AITAs can get. All right, let's read this. I usually give my coworker a ride on the way back from work, usually driving 5 miles out of the 5 miles, and he didn't give you $1? That's crazy. Driving 5 miles out of the way per day to drop him off at his place because he doesn't have a car. I've been doing that for about 2 years now and haven't asked for anything, and he has never offered. Yesterday, I was at the vending machine and wanted a soda. I was short $1 and had left my wallet in my car. I would usually go get my wallet, but it takes me forever to wait for the elevators at my workplace. So I asked if he could spot me $1 for the soda. The fact that you asked him to spot you too, not even like give you, he straight up refused and said, just use your own money, man. I don't really give my money to my friends or coworkers, sorry. Well, there goes your ride, buddy. I would never drop this guy off again. This is like full display of a selfish person. Someone who takes and doesn't give at all. You need to, I know this is a lesser like example, but I think generally in a lot of people's lives, including my own, the moment that you start realizing that someone in your life isn't giving you close to 50% of their energy if you're giving 50% of yours, the faster that you get them out of your lives, the more happy you'll be. I mean, I know this is a very silly example, and I'm about to go on a more deeper rant, but this is a good example of this situation. In my life, I've had a multitude of different friends, friend groups, people that came in my life and got out of my life, right? And relationships and so forth, right? And this applies to any type of relationship you have with someone, whether it's friends or whatever. If you're a take person, like you like their attention, you like that, blah, blah, you have to start realizing that you got to also give. Even if the person doesn't seem like they like to take, energy should be relatively, it's like a teeter-totter, right? It should relatively be in balance. Anytime that it's unbalanced one way or the other, like too far unbalanced, it's just not a good relationship in any sense, because one person is probably not going to be happy or start becoming resentful for the other. It is very rare that you find someone that loves to only give and never take anything, because that's very rare. And I had a very close friend of mine who, like, we were besties, bro. And some stuff happened with his, girlfriend and stuff. And it kind of damaged our friendship a lot. It really did. But in that time where they were kind of distanced out of my life, I had really looked at the friendship and realize that I have given way more than I've taken. And it's not the whole, like, I didn't ask always, but it was like at the end of it all when they kind of just took that side and stuff. And I was like, man, I had done all this and didn't even get the respect that I deserve. And it wasn't until they left not completely, but like pretty much, that I started being more happy and my mental health was better. Anyways, long story short, sorry for the rant. What I'm saying is the faster that you get someone out of your life that's just taken from you, the better. TLDR. All right, now back to the story. I was taken aback by that comment because I probably spent well over $1,500 in gas. Yeah, because gas isn't cheap. And also 5 fucking miles is crazy over the past 2 years for this guy. And he can't even spot me $1 just this once. I got pretty upset. And once it hit 5, I told him I'm not giving him free rides anymore. He seemed pretty upset that I was petty. Fuck no, you are not being petty. He's being a little biatch. No, you are not at all being petty. Like, this is why I love AITA. It gets me just in a rallied up mood. Or not the a-hole. You asked him for a small favor and he refused and shamed you. You had no obligation of offering him a ride, though you should know that will drastically deteriorate your relationship and they will make a big deal of it. Yeah, no, you don't need that person in your life. Easy as that. That person sucks. And you know what? Situations like this is important so that person can learn that you can't just fucking take from people, bro. Not the a-hole. I wouldn't even call it petty in my humble opinion. The coworker doesn't believe in involving money with friends. Not a terrible idea, but completely ignores all the money that you spent on them over time. I would imagine, even if they originally were, they are no longer appreciative of the rides or more so expects them. Yeah, it's became more of an expectation than an appreciation and like a gratitude thing. I think it would be best to no longer give them rides as a favor and charge full value if you even want to continue giving them. They've made it clear that they would not do the same for you. That is what my whole rant is summarized in this one sentence. They made it clear that they would not do the same for you. Side note, my brother used to be a server at a restaurant and gave a dishwasher a ride home for weeks. He never asked anything, but did it just to help out. He only stopped after he watched the dishwasher take money off his table while bussing. Good deeds are great, but always be mindful of your surroundings. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Sometimes the cookie just isn't enough for the mouse. Yeah, that is true, dude. Some people are just fucking POSs that take... Whoa! I'm curious about this one. Holy crap. All right. Am I the a-hole for not having my family there when I got married? Brace yourselves. This is tough. I'm a 33-year-old male, and my now wife, 34, and I got legally married last year without our families present. Both families. Okay. That decision has since caused conflict with my family to the point where I'm starting to feel like I'm losing my mind. In April of 2024, my wife and I had a simple registry office ceremony in our city, surrounded by a few close friends. Her 2 best friends from uni, my best friend of 13 years, and 1 close friend. At the time, my relationship with my family was fine, and to my knowledge, no issues. But since they found out that they weren't invited to what we call our legal ceremony, everything has changed. They say they feel excluded, that I've hurt them in ways I won't understand until I have children of my own. They believe my wife controls me and that she chose to exclude them. They think that because her own mom wasn't there, she forbade me from having mine. They seem to ignore the situation we were put in as to why we should choose to get married that way. We are still having that traditional wedding with speeches and vows, etc. To give you the backstory as to why we were having 2 weddings and the situation we are in, back in November of 2023, 2 years ago, my then girlfriend and I had agreed that we would start trying for a baby. It was something we had discussed for a while. However, when January came around, my wife got diagnosed with cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry. What the hell? That sucks. In that moment, everything changed. The joy and anticipation was overshadowed by fear and heartbreak. They knew she had cancer, but we didn't know the stage of or level of aggression at the time. As As we had been trying for a baby, we did test to see if it was safe that she was not pregnant. Wait, we did a test to just be safe that she was not pregnant. And when we saw the result, our world shattered again. What should have been one of the happiest moments of our life became one of the most devastating. We were faced with an impossible choice. This is a horrible decision we had to make and live with. Every day we question ourselves if we made the right choice. Wait, what was the choice? Was it like, oh, like if the baby, okay, I see. Every day we question ourselves if we made the right choice. We made every effort to stay present and hold on to every form of normality while our world felt like it was ending. The doctor told us that we shouldn't try for a baby for 5 years due to treatment, 5 years of waiting. Even after those 5 years, what are our chances? During the time, both my wife's family and my own barely reached out to us. At times, it felt like our families had abandoned us in our darkest hours. Damn, I'm so sorry. That sounds awful. Despite how we felt abandoned, we learned over the years that that's what to expect from them. Because of what we went through, my wife and I decided to get married. This was one thing we could take control of. It wasn't about anyone else. To everyone looking in, it may have seemed like a beautiful, intimate day, but for us, it was clouded. I had my closest friends who lived in the same city as me attend, and they had been my biggest support. We were also having a second wedding this year, one that is more traditional, where friends and a family are part of, but they can see past last year. Okay. So when I was first reading it, I was like, okay, it's a little kind of messed up. You didn't invite your family, but I get it. Everyone is entitled to their own wedding. It's your day. It's not someone else's day. You're not getting married for other people. So even then, you're not the a-hole. You're really not the a-hole because you're still having a traditional wedding to invite everyone. So I don't even get what their problem is. Like what the hell? And how are they not being so at all understanding of your wife and stuff? Like, that's so fucked, man. That's such a shitty situation. Not the a-hole. Next time they bring it up, ask where they were when you and your wife were going through the toughest time in your life and needed support. If they couldn't support you then, what right do they have to support you now? Weddings are held with people you know that will have your back, and you shouldn't have to. Yeah, what's up with this notion that we have in modern, I think American culture, it might be the world, I'm not too sure. I haven't talked to too many of my international friends about this, but in America, a lot of American weddings, and Asian too, like a lot of Asian weddings, it seems that there's so much like fulfilling obligation and expectations of other people on your wedding night. And like I talked to my cousin about this not too long ago. She's going to a wedding where she is the maid of honor, and it's stressful and it's a lot. A lot of stuff is going on. And you know, we were talking about our own weddings, and the people who are most important on your wedding day are you and your partner. And that's how it should be. And your kids, if you have kids, of course. It's the party of the wedding. You know, like what? Like, since when has it been a thing where the parents should have a say? The parents should have this. The parents should have that. Now, there's an exception if they're paying for it. Yeah, if your parents are helping you pay for it, then they should have some input, 100%. But if it's your wedding and you're paying for it, fuck, just do whatever the fuck you want. I digress. Let's read one more comment. What a difficult situation. I hope your wife's health is improving. Yeah, shout out to the OP's wife. Not the a-hole. Did you ask your family why they chose to provide almost no support during such a difficult time? Blah, blah, blah. And then the OP says, one day at my lowest, I told them that if they reach out, I may not be responsive due to how I've been feeling. They told me, they took that as me telling them that I don't want them to be supporting. Man, that's wild. Man, everyone should just be more loving in this world. I know that's such a crazy ask, but anyways, yeah, that's it for today. Oh, hey, perfect timing. You want to say bye? Look who it is. Mr. Little Fatso himself, Sora. They just ate by accident because the power cut out, like I mentioned, all my like automatic feeders and stuff, timers are off, and they ate way earlier than they should have. You're lucky. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Yeah, bye.